Hi everyone, and here we are with week 1 of the Mythical Draft League. We are going against the Phalanx Force, coached by Agent 25, and they drafted Zarude, and along with it, a really strong team of Whimsicott, Rotom Wash, Metagross, Skeledirge, Cleavor, Umbreon, Marshtomp, Inteleon, Armarouge, Revavroom, and Mimikyu. Me personally, going into this, I think Armarouge is pretty scary. Wide Guard is really good to my team, as well as Zarude's Dark typing could make it really hard for me to break through with my side spam. But I do see quite a few ways I can break through with Sun, so I do think this is going to be an interesting matchup. But this is what I've decided to bring. I decided to bring Focus Sash Hoopa, not only for Trick Room, but to go for big expanding forces. I've got Scarf Charizard just to do some great fire damage. Torkoal set the Sun, but also to threaten Eruption under Trick Room, along with Lilligant for after you eruptions, but also Leaf Storm to hit like Marshtomp, because it can also is pretty good with Wide Guard, and DD for support, as well as opening up Expanding Force for Hoopa and Hatterene. My Hatterene is also carrying Dark Pulse this week to try and hit Armarouge through Wide Guard, because without it, it becomes really difficult. But overall, I like this team. I've got Solar Beam on Charizard for the same reason, hit some of these water types. But overall, I'm quite excited to use this team, and interesting, but let's hop right into the battles. Okay. So here we go, week 1. Not what I was expecting. No Zarude. That is really interesting. I was not expecting no Zarude. Umbreon's not what I was expecting either. But looking at this, Inteleon's really the only thing that worries me that much. So here, I'm going to lead Torkoal, Lilligant, and then Charizard in D, I guess? No, Charizard Hoopa on the back, I think is what I end up going with here. Yeah, let's go with this. I think this is my best 4 here. This is just going to be we're going offensive. We're going to leave Trick Room behind. I don't think we're going to need it here. So just going to full go for damage. Going to see the Mimikyu. No? Okay, no Inteleon. Mimikyu could go for a, I'm going to Sleep Powder Mimikyu here and Eruption. I think that's my play. So they don't get Trick Room up. I think that's what I'm going to go for here. Oh, they're safety goggles. Oh. Okay, that's a turn I was not expecting. I don't love that. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to switch. And I'm just going to go for... That's really annoying, actually. I'm going to Weather Ball Leaf Storm, I guess. Nice. Okay, everything's missing. That's great. Light screens are also really hard to deal with. I'm going to switch in Charizard here, and I'm going to Sleep Powder Umbreon instead, just try and make sure it doesn't get too much value. Hoopa's not really doing much for me here. I'm definitely relying a lot more on Sun. Once I get rid of Mimikyu, I'm in a lot better of a position. But until then, actually, I could probably go for the Heat Wave now. In fact, I'm going to go for it. I don't really see a problem with this. Just going to switch in Torkoal, get Sun up, and go for this Heat Wave. We should be faster. As long as we connect, I think we just KO. I could go for Weather Ball, guarantee it, but I think I want Heat Wave here. Again, another thing, I was really expecting Armarouge for Wide Guard against my team. They don't bring it. Shadow Sneak. Okay, we miss. Umbreon took that really well. I guess Light Screen, yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna go for another Heat Wave, and I'm gonna switch in. I think Lilligant's my best. No, I'm gonna Terrifier, Heat Wave, and Weather Ball Umbreon. Okay, we are missing everything. That's fine. They wake up. Wish. Quite annoying. We are not doing anything to this Umbreon. Inteleon comes out. This was probably my biggest worry. I'm going to Heat Wave and switch in Lilligant here. Inteleon. Citrus, oh, berry as well. Double rain dance. That is really annoying. Honestly, Umbreon's not really doing too much damage to me. I'm gonna leave Storm Inteleon. If we hit it, we just pick up a KO, and then we're in a really good spot. But I feel like as long as I just leave Umbreon as the last one, I should be good. Leaf Storm hits, we get the KO. Nice. White Orb will activate, so we'll get more damage. And this is exactly where I want to be. I have Earth Power. I think I want to go for that. After you leave Earth Power, I think. Wow, that took that well. Okay. I was expecting that to do a lot more. Okay. Honestly, I'm in a really tough spot here. I think I've got to bring in Charizard. Gonna go for that. And I think I don't know if Scorching Sands will KO. No, I think it will. So I'm gonna Weather Ball and Scorching Sands. What? Oh my. That's not good at all. That's really bad. I don't have anything to hit Umbreon here. I'm locked into that. I have to Shadow Ball Scorching Sands here. This is... okay. Looking at this, I think I have to switch up my strategy a lot. Rain Dance on the Mimikyu is really annoying. They definitely prep for Sun. Slack off as well. We'll go Sash. Yeah, I don't think I really have any kind of out here. Okay. That's really rough. So Umbreon was a problem. How are we gonna fix that? I think we have to go Hatterene. I want to force out a Terra, so we switch up, and I'm just gonna go. Hoopa didn't do anything. I'm just gonna go for this. We're just gonna full damage, and just go for strong expanding forces. Because if we can force out a Terra onto this Umbreon with like a Dazzling Gleam, that's perfect. That's what we want to go for. We have Helping Hand. So like Torkoal, Hatterene, we're just gonna hope to sweep with them. I don't see any Mon on their team that really takes that really well. I was really surprised not to see Zarude. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to come into the Sun, but it does heavily shut down my Trick Room. So I'm perfectly fine here. I'm going to Trick Room and follow me. I don't think there's a reason not to. I wish I brought Hoopa. This is what they're going to go for. Torch Song, we take that quite well. And there's the foul play. Okay. Rocky Helmet's really nice for getting that chip. And I can go for Expanding Force, but actually that may be the right play. Yeah, I'm going to go for this. Yeah, I'm just going to go for full damage here. Okay, never mind. Good play by them. Really good play. Light screen goes up. That's really hard to deal with. I have to follow me here. Skeledirge was faster than Umbreon, so that's good at least. 69, okay. Not great, but I think it's fine. Shadow Ball. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. That's makes this really difficult. I have to go for Eruption. And I think I've got to lock in a Heat Wave. So we need to KO Umbreon. Absolute Eruption. I'm going to go for Weather Ball here. Just because if they get Rain Dance up, I need to be doing damage. Wish. Okay. No Rain Dance. I think I'm fine with that. How much Eruption? Eruption did 37. I guess I have to double again. Uh, oh, nope. Oh, that's a huge crit. We're going to take damage here, though. Oh, nope, slack off. Okay. This Skeletor is just really hard to remove. Metagross comes in. I'm going to... I think just Eruption Weather Ball again here. That's really hard to deal with. Again, they're slower? Oh, wait, Trick Room was gone. Never mind. I'm dumb. That's what's happening here. I don't have anything here. Yeah, they're just gonna slowly chip me down. GG's. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Okay. 38, that's good damage, but it's not gonna matter. Actually, if they're choice banded, I guess maybe I have a shot into that. That's like my only way. I doubt they are. Yeah, no, that's GG's. Yeah. Well, GG's. I don't think I should have Terran, honestly. Yeah. Well, so what could I have done better there? I think thoughts after I should have brought Hoopa game 2, I think. Light Screen was really difficult to deal with. Umbreon was just such a problem, and I didn't prep for as well as I should have. I should have brought a physical attacker. I think that would have been what I needed to do. Overall, I think I brought 6 special attackers. Yeah, that's not great. I should have brought Dragapult, I think. I think that would have been good, but yeah, next week we're going to have to get back, start off 0-1, rough, but we're going to have to see if we can bring it back later in this week. But overall, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.